Your purpose is bigger than you. Focus on being okay with saying no. It's okay to say no sometimes. God has you in that position for a reason. You're not behind. You're right where you need to be. What's up, you guys? It's Alyssa here, back with another video. If you don't know me, my name is Alyssa Chapman, also known as Lyss Speaks. And today's video is all about 25 things that I've learned at 25 or before 25, whatever you want to call it. But 25 things that I've learned now that I'm at the age of 25. Just turned 25 recently, and leading up to 25, at age 24, it was a lot of learning lessons. It was a lot of evolving, a lot of growing, a lot of loving myself, and just evolving as an individual itself. Before we jump into the video, make sure that you like this video, comment your favorite takeaway, and subscribe to your girl's channel. And let's jump right on in. So the first thing that I've learned is God. God is a major priority. Include God within your life. As a Christian woman, or as a woman of God, or a woman in the faith, whatever you want to call it, like, I feel like building your relationship with Christ is the major thing. From adulthood, or even just throughout life in general, I've learned that having God by your side is something big to have and to include throughout your life. Like, God has played a role throughout my life in so many different ways. Just throughout, whether it's career, my health, he has played a role throughout my health, finances, to my family, to me. He has played a major role, and building your relationship with God is very important. Very important. And I feel like sometimes we feel like we can just do it all on our own, but we can't do it all on our own. That's why we have God. That's why we have Jesus. So God is a priority, and that's one thing I've learned now that I'm at the age 25. Like, I gotta prioritize God. Like, I better prioritize God throughout my life, whether reading His Word, going to church, community. I'm learning that, and I'm continually learning that, and have learned that throughout the 25 years that I have been on this earth. So yeah. The next thing that I want to talk about is health. Health is very important. Like they say, health is wealth. So honestly, that's one thing that I've learned, is that taking care of your health is important. Nobody's going to tell you that you shouldn't be eating that ice cream late at night, which I still kind of do, which I'm telling on myself right now, but it's something that I'm learning. Nobody's going to tell you that you shouldn't be doing this or that. Like, and that's one thing I'm going to talk about throughout this video too. But when it comes to health, health is important. Your health matters. As you become older, you're going to realize that certain amount of things that you cannot eat anymore, or certain things that you do eat can make you feel bloated, or maybe you want to lose a little bit of weight. It's going to take a lot more effort than it did before, when you were younger, when you were a teenager, or when you were a little girl, or like, it's going to take a lot more effort. So that's one thing I've learned, is that health is important. Like drinking water, making sure that you're hydrated, taking care of your mental health, your physical health. All of that plays a role, and how you react and how you act in general plays a role with how your body responds, how your body is. It affects your body in so many different ways. So make sure that you are taking care of your physical and your mental health. That's mainly important. That's one thing I've learned. Physical and mental health, they collide. Your mental health is neglected, then your physical health can become neglected. Your physical health become good, then your mental health become neglected. It all plays a major role. And the next one is, your purpose is bigger than you. That's one thing that I've been learning, and I still, like, one thing I've been learning and I have learned is that your purpose is bigger. It's bigger than what you can even imagine. Like, sometimes we go throughout life thinking that, oh, because, you know, my life, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Like, that's for your purpose. That's for you to, you know, grow and evolve and impact others. Your purpose is bigger than what you can imagine. It's not just for you, it's for other people as well. It's for this world, it's for other people. Not in a negative standpoint, because, you know, we are not of the world. We are children of God. We are not of the world, but it's for you to impact the world and go and share the gospel to the world. Like, your purpose is bigger than you. Like, what God put on your heart, what God has purposely put you here on this earth for, is something so beautiful and so much bigger than you can imagine. Like, it's something beautiful, it's something great, because you are greatness. And I want you to understand, like, no matter what you go through, no matter what anybody has to say, just understand, like, hey, My purpose is bigger than me. I'm going through this for a reason, and it's bigger than me. It's not just all about you. It's not all about me. Like, for example, me, like, it's not all about you. It's about others as well, helping others, impacting others. You don't got to be big or whatever you want to call it. It's the smallest ways. In the smallest ways, you can impact others. The fourth one is boundaries. Boundaries, baby. Boundaries. Like, you got to set boundaries. And I talk about this on my channel a lot. Like, focus on being okay with saying no. It's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to say no. It's okay to, you know, not want to go out, or if you want to take time for yourself, be okay with saying no. Be okay with saying no if it goes against your morals and your values. Like, boundaries is something that is really big. Set your boundaries with others as well. Set your boundaries when it comes to your emotional health as well. Like, set boundaries with others. Don't allow yourself to just react out of emotion, or don't allow yourself to be your emotions to be affected by other people. So you have to practice emotional intelligence and practice detachment as well, because detachment plays a role as well. So just understand that boundaries is a major key. Like, throughout my life, I've, you know, gave in to, you know, not necessarily temptation like that, but like I've gave in to, you know, like almost like peer pressure. Like, somebody tell me, like, in high school I was real good and not like focusing on peer pressure, but as I got older, people like, oh, do you want to do this or that, and I'll just sometimes be like, okay, I'll have that piece of cake or whatever you want to call it, but deep down, like, you know, like, I don't really don't want to do this, you know, I really don't want to eat that cake, or I really don't want to do this or that. But since I've been growing, I've been understanding that it's okay to say no. Stand your ground and stand on your beliefs and your morals and what you know is right. If you don't want to drink, you don't have to drink. You don't want to do this, you don't have to do that. So set your boundaries and be able to say no. It's okay to say no. The fifth one is a major one that a lot of us in our adulthood, or especially in our 20s, don't like to talk about, but it's financial discipline and management. Financial discipline is key, and something I've been focusing on a lot and have been focusing on for years, but I'm really focusing on it as I'm growing in my mid-20s now. Because if you don't have financial discipline or financial management, your money can just slip out of your hands like that, because everything adds up. You go to the store on a daily basis and you realize the money is adding up. Like, your money is just going. Like, for groceries, like for one person it could be $100, $50 to $100 for a trip, more than $50 for a $100 grocery trip. Like, honestly, like, money just goes. In this economy, you gotta have financial discipline and financial management. Like, you gotta manage your money well and be financially stable. And of course, we all want financial freedom, but it comes with financial discipline. And check out my videos on financial management, discipline, stewardship, all of it, because God is the main person that needs to be ahead of our finances. He really does. So if you're struggling with your finances, you feel like you don't know where to go, of course you can watch financial videos, watch my videos if you would like of course of that, but also really focus on including God within your finances. Focus on that, because God is the reason why we are able to, he's our provider. He's our provider. He provides us with these blessings and so much more. So we need to include God throughout our finances. And credit scores matter as well. Your credit score can be affected in so many different ways. You may want a credit card, but then you realize your credit score don't drop. And we all know our credit score is affected in so many different ways, whether it's through bills, whether it's through credit cards. No matter what it is, your credit score can be affected, whether it's through your car note, no matter what. But we know that your credit score matters when it comes to cars, when it comes to your own place, apartment, house, it all. So make sure that your credit score is up or at a decent spot, or whatever you want to call it. Focus on financial discipline. Like, sometimes we may want to shop and want to buy this and that, but do we really need that? Like, is that really going to sustain us, and do we really need it for us, whether it's for our health or for our career? You know, you want to, you know, invest in yourself. It's okay to splurge on yourself every now and then, but sometimes we gotta like have like discipline, and sometimes we gotta be like, okay, I need to stop. Like, stop there right there, like through a budget, whatever it might be. But financial management and discipline is very important. I'm learning that at 25 years old. It's important. Should have been learned that years and years ago, but these last few years I'm like, okay, like certain stuff I do not need. I don't need it. Number 6 is success is your definition. In society and on social media, it's like, if you aren't considered successful, if you aren't in a certain career path, but God put it on your heart for you to do that certain career or whatever you're passionate about, for you, it's whatever you're passionate about, whatever you want to do, and what God wants you to do, what he puts on your heart. So I feel like sometimes, like, success is what you define it as and what God defines it as for you. So don't sit here and neglect yourself or get down on yourself or belittle yourself because you feel like, oh, I'm not enough because I'm not successful in this area, or I'm not successful in this career path or this career field. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, everybody is different. Everybody has a different career path. I know on social media, like, if you aren't doing this or that, then you're considered not successful. If you haven't gone to school, or if you don't have a job yet, or if you're struggling, like, that's not true. That is all false. That is false. Those are all lies. Like, you are successful simply as you being a stay-at-home wife, simply as you being a daughter of God, simply as you know, working at, I don't know, McDonald's. Maybe you're working as a crossing guard. I don't know what it is for you. I'm just naming stuff off the top of the dome, but honestly, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You are fulfilling purpose, and success is how you define it. Success is how you look at your life. You could be like, oh my goodness, I go to the beach every now and then, and you know, I spend time with my family, or I spend time with, if you have kids, I spend time with my kids. You have a significant other, you spend time with your significant other. I do have a job, and I'm able to, you know, get things going, pay my bills. I'm able to have food on the table, have a place to stay. That could be considered successful. You don't have to be majorly with the top car or the top high-rise apartment. If you want that and that's something that you really desire, okay, of course, go after that. But if you're not there yet, you're still considered successful. You're still considered successful, and don't belittle yourself because you haven't made it there yet. You're going to get there, and just understand that you're successful and you're reaching your goals. You look at where you're at now. God has you in that position for a reason. And it's come as you are. And not only that, you're right where you need to be. You're not behind. You're right where you need to be. The seventh one is self-worth versus confidence. Now, confidence and self-worth are two different things. And if one is neglected, then the other one becomes neglected as well. But self-worth and confidence, I have a video on this as well. And self-worth and confidence go hand in hand. They're very important. Now, a lot of us think that, oh, because I'm confident, then I'll be okay. But no, your self-worth is really the foundation of it all. Like, you have to understand that who you are. Like, regardless of how you look, regardless of what your skills are and all this and that, self-worth is understanding who you are. Like, know who you are in Christ. Know who you are on the inside, the type of person that you are, and all the capabilities that you have. Yes, when it comes to confidence, confidence is a big one as well, because you got to be confident no matter what, how you look. You like, you know what, I got it going on. I'm walking in this room, I'm going to wear the outfit, I'm going to wear the hairstyle, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because I got it going on. You literally got to tell yourself that. And like I said, self-worth is important as well. Like, when it comes to self-worth, it's about knowing who you are deeper on the inside. Like, deeper. And your self-esteem, you know, is affected when your self-worth is affected. So, focus on that and really understand that, you know what, even though I'm like, people say fake it till you make it, but sometimes that can be a little iffy. But at the same time, just understand that confidence is important just as much as self-worth. Neither one is better than the other. Neither one is better than the other. But just know that self-worth is the foundation of confidence. Confidence does matter too, and self-worth does matter as well. They both go hand in hand. But just love yourself. Know who you are in Christ. Understand who you are worth, your value, that you are important, that you are worthy, and that you are loved. Focus on your self-worth. Spend time with yourself. Love yourself and love everything about you. Get to know yourself. You know, do nice things for yourself. You want to buy yourself flowers. No one has to do it for you. And toxic relationships or friendships, like, know who you are. That's the main thing. Number 8 is to understand that dreams are possible. Dreams are possible. I know a lot of us get discouraged sometimes because we think that we haven't made it to this point or that point. But I want you to understand that dreams are very possible for you. Any dream. No dream is too big or too small. You have a dream on your heart, whatever it might be, just know that it's possible for you. It's possible for all of us. We are all enough. We are all worthy and capable of our dreams, of our goals. And you can make it. You will make it. love and encouragement right there for you. Number 9 is accountability is essential for you as an adult, and responsibility. Like I said, nobody's going to tell you that you need to do this or that. You got to do it. You got to do it for you. When it comes to spending money, when it comes to your health, you got to be the one to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to do it for you as an adult. Like, you got to be the one to learn and to keep going. Like, when you go to this, go there or there, like to the doctor's office, to paying your bills, everything. Like, it's up to you. It's up to you to make the decision. It's up to you to be like, I have to do this and that. Like, no one's going to tell you to do it. No one's going to tell you that you need to do it. You're an adult. And that's the biggest thing that you have to learn when you turn 18 and enter in your 20s. Some of us feel like, you know, we gotta learn as we go. We gotta learn how to have discipline and establish discipline, understand that who we are, and understand that, you know what, we gotta have like self-trust and like trust ourselves and understand that, you know, I'm gonna get this done. I have to do this. It's important for me, whether it's through your health, your finances, career. No one's gonna tell you you gotta get up and get a job. No one's gonna tell you that you gotta get up and go to the doctor's office, or you need to pay your bills on time. Like, nobody's gonna tell you to do it. Like, it's up to us. Like, and that's the hard pill to swallow, because a lot of us feel like, you know what, and it's hard to take in, because a lot of us feel like, oh my goodness, like, my parents ain't gonna be telling me to do this and that. I gotta do it for me. I gotta do it because it's my responsibility now. And a lot of us learn that at young ages. Some of us may have kids, some of us are married, some of them may have jobs, and we all know this. But as going into at 25 years, I have learned that responsibility and accountability is very important. Like, for your own actions, you gotta be responsible for your own actions. Like, responsible, and figure out a way to get yourself out of it. And of course, trust God, because God gonna help you get out of it. So, yeah. Number 10 is, if you give up, you end any possibility. So, never give up. We don't give up around here. And what I'm learning is the fact that if you give up, you stop the process, period. You stop the process. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fall down. But never give up. You get back up. You keep going. So if you stop and you end the possibility of anything even happening, anything greater happening, any the dream even becoming possible, if you end the possibility of the dream to become or to come into fruition, it's like it's never going to happen if you give up. So whoever's watching this video right now, I'm telling you right now, do not give up. Don't give up. If you give up on a dream, if you give up on a goal, it won't happen. It won't happen. When I say it won't happen, like, it's up to you to be able to put forth effort to make it happen. The dream won't come into fruition if you give up. So don't give up on your faith. Like, God can be the one to intervene to help you make it happen. So if you give up, it's like, you know, so please just keep going and do not stop. Do not stop. Stay on the grind. Of course, take breaks. I'm not talking about hustle culture, which I want to get into within this video, but keep going and never give up. Number 11 is, social media is a snippet of life, not the whole picture. A lot of us get on social media, and I've been on social media for going on about 10 years. Strictly not like my whole life, but I had social media accounts since I was like the age of 14 years old. Why did I do that? I don't know why. Like, a lot of us, when we were teenagers, all we want to do was get on social media, look at people's lives, look at this person's life, that person's life, but it's only a snippet of life. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know how that person got to where they got to be. You don't know what all they went through. You don't know what they're going through. So social media is literally a snippet of life. And it's up to us to understand that, you know what, I'm not going to compare myself to no one, because comparison is the thief of joy. And we shouldn't be sitting around here comparing ourselves to this person and that person. We shouldn't. We have our own lives. We shouldn't want to live our lives. It's okay to look at someone else's life for motivation. There's nothing wrong with that. But do not get on social media and think, oh, because I don't have this or that, then I'm nothing. That's not true. And social media has conned us, tricked us, brainwashed us. Social media is a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. Social media is such a beautiful and such a great tool for all of us out here on earth. Social media has become such a major thing, and it's such a beautiful thing. But also, I feel like it has affected us in so many different ways. It affected our mental health. It has affected my mental health for years. Until I got up to like my early 20s, and I had to like stop. Like, even now, I take breaks. Take breaks. And take care of your mental health. It affects you so many different ways. So just understand that social media is just a snippet of life. A highlight reel. not the whole picture. Number 12 is I'm understanding as a woman, I am the whole package. And if you're a woman watching this video, you are the whole package. God created you. You are the whole package. Like, us human beings, God created a human being whole, not half and half. I know a lot of us sometimes say, oh, that's my other half. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. When you fall in love, you know, I get it. Like, oh, he completes me. But like, a lot of times, like, we fall into the trap of thinking that, oh, if I don't have a significant other, or if I don't have a man, then I'm nothing. And that is not true. You are enough. You are worthy. And don't go into relationships like that and think that you aren't enough and that you need this person to make you whole. You are already a whole human being. God created us whole. Like it says in Colossians, Christ completes us. We are complete in Christ. We are loved. We are beautiful. What God says about us. God created you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. So you are the whole package. That's one thing I had to learn. You the whole package. You a prize. Like, you don't have to, you know, stop your morals or your values or your beliefs for someone else. We don't do that. Like, this goes back to setting boundaries. This goes back to setting so many boundaries. Don't lower your standards for no one. For no one. Don't people please either. That's the main thing I want you to learn, is that us ladies, like, you gotta understand, you the whole package. You the prize. Like, you a game changer, basically. Like, can't nobody just come into your life and just enter like that. Like, no. Number 13 is your mindset creates your behaviors. I've talked about it before throughout my videos, but it's the truth. Your mindset can turn into your reality. Like, your perception of life, it turns into your reality. How do I mean by that? Like, you believe that you're not it, you're going to act like you're not it. You believe that you can't do this, you're going to not do it. You're not even going to try. So it's up to us to move past fear and have that little bit of ounce of faith, because the mustard seed of faith is important, and it's enough, a little ounce of faith, to be like, you know what, I'm going to move past the fear, or I'm going to be confident, and I'm going to strive towards my dreams. I'm going to believe in myself. Not even just for dreams, but health, everything. Like, you got to learn how to be able to change your mindset and your beliefs. Like, shift your mindset from limiting beliefs to positivity to optimism. Like, that all majorly matters. Like, shift your mindset. That matters. It can turn into your reality. And like, honestly, if you start believing positivity and believing positive things about yourself, you start to not only receive blessings, but you start to see everything as a blessing. You start to see the gifts of life. Like, oh, today is a beautiful day, the sun is shining. Like, that's simple. I'm not talking about receiving blessings like, oh, I'm going to receive like a gift, an actual gift, like a material thing. No, of course those things are nice, but what really matters is like experiences, memories, not necessarily spending money on experiences. I'm talking about when you wake up in the morning, oh, I'm so grateful that I have a home. I'm so grateful that I have a TV, a phone. I'm so grateful that I have a computer. I'm so grateful that I have Wi-Fi, food on the table, clean water, water to drink. I'm grateful for sunshine. I'm grateful for trees. I'm grateful for it all. Gratitude is a major key when it comes to that. So change your mindset and you'll start to look at the blessings of life and see everything as a blessing. The beautiful, even the lows and the highs, it all matters. It all matters. It's all important. Like, it's such a beautiful thing to see what God has created and the beautiful things about life in general. So change your perception of life. It matters. And your life matters. Number 14 is everyone's style is different. This is something I had to learn, because I thought, oh, if I didn't have this aesthetic style, if I didn't have that style, then I'm considered, you know, an oddball. Why wouldn't you want to be the oddball? Why wouldn't you want to be an original? Why wouldn't you want to be an outcast? And that's not in a negative way. It's okay to be different. We are all different. God created us all differently. So you are beautiful just the way you are. And if you feel like your style is kind of not aesthetic as you think it is, change that. Shift that. Be you. Dress the way that you like to dress. Style your hair the way you like to style your hair. Do this or that. Wear your makeup the way you like to wear your makeup. You know, if you don't want to wear makeup, don't wear makeup. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to do this. Like, do what makes you happy. Like, do what brings you joy. And just be yourself. And just be happy. Like, everybody's style is different. You don't have to be in a trend. Like, why not want to be different? Why not? The 15th one is breathing is a luxury. It's something very emotional for me to talk about. But no, seriously, it's emotional for me to talk about. Breathing is a luxury. There are many people out here who are fighting for their lives. If you have breath within your lungs and you are here for a reason, it means you have a purpose and that you are thriving and you are doing so well. For someone who almost took their own life and literally attempted to take their whole life throughout their life 3 times in a row years back, breathing is a luxury. I was on a feeding tube, I was on oxygen, I was on it all, and had to learn how to walk again, everything. So breathing is a blessing to me, and I understand that breathing is a luxury. You have breath within your lungs and you're here for a reason. God is not finished with you yet. He's not done with you yet. So I understand the depression, the anxiety, the pain, the heartache, the grief, the loss. I understand it all. I don't been through so much throughout my life, but I do understand that breathing is a luxury in a way of, if you're still here, then God is not done. He's not done. So you're breathing for a reason. You have breath in your lungs for a reason. I know it may be hard for you to breathe, not only in a physical sense, but in a sense of it's not hard for you to breathe through the pain, to breathe through the heartache, to breathe through the breakup, to breathe through the disease, to breathe through the pain that you're dealing with, whether it's depression, anxiety, whatever it might be for you, whatever mental health struggle, the fear, the loss, the grief. I know it may be hard for you to get through it, but just remember that you will get through it. God is with you. He loves you and He is there for you. You're going to get through it. I'm here for you. I love you. And I want you to understand that no matter what you go through, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. And you got this. Number 16, I touched on this a little bit, is gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. When you literally change your mindset and become grateful for everything that you have, and you realize all the things that you have, then you be like, you know what? I'm grateful. I am blessed. Why am I sitting up here so down? And I know a lot of things can contribute to how you are down or why you are having pain and the reasons between or behind certain things. But at the same time, just remember that when you become grateful and when you realize that you are blessed simply for just being, for, like I said, just breathing, to being, to simply just standing, being able to do this, your limbs, you're moving, you're able to talk, you're able to see, you're able to walk, whatever it might be, it's very important to understand and express gratitude, like, to God, and understand, like, God, I'm so grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. Gratitude changes your perspective. Back to the other tip, it changes your view of life. So have gratitude. Number 17 is you have 24 hours throughout the day. Make it purposeful. Do not waste your time on unnecessary things. Continue to be like, you know, today is going to be a great day. Don't go throughout your day with a negative mindset, with a negative attitude, worrying about the negative. Don't go throughout your day wasting time, whether it's sleeping all day, doing this, doing that. Whatever you can do to become a better individual, whether it's giving to someone that you see on the street, or giving to someone, you know, that you pay for someone's groceries, whether it's you saying hi to someone, smiling at someone, maybe you are being nice to your coworkers at work, you want to do something nice for your coworkers at work. It doesn't have to be anything big, it can be something small to 1 or 2 people. Maybe you are being nice to your kids, or being nice to that person that you know get on your nerve, but you're still gonna be nice to them. Whether it's investing in your business, it does not matter. Be purposeful throughout your day. Don't waste 24 hours that you got throughout a day simply because you're upset about something, or you can't let go of something, or because you feel like, oh, it's another day, you know, I'm still in the same predicament. Like, what can you do to get out of it? What can you do to change? Focus on the positive. That matters a lot. Like, don't waste 24 hours throughout your day. Make it purposeful. Number 18 is to embrace each season of life. I believe this is number 18. I believe it is. And you have to embrace it. Whatever season you're in, just try to embrace and look at the positive things. When I was in the hospital last year due to my HS, I do have a chronic illness and plenty of videos on it on my channel. But when I was in the hospital, it was really hard for me to understand and to get through it. It was really hard for me to get through it, and really hard for me to be positive and optimistic. But I had to find the small things, whether it's me watching YouTube videos, watching funny, loving movies, and everything. It was hard for me to sit up in that hospital bed and be bored all day and not being able to do anything. But I was watching Disney movies, or watching certain YouTubers that make me, you know, feel joyful and lively, you know, or listening to music, or whatever it might be for you. And I have family members around me to make me happy. They brought me my favorite snack, or whatever it might be. Embrace every season of life. I was going through that tough season, but I had to do what I can do to try to get through it. It was tears. It was a lot of tears, a lot of mental health struggles and physical health struggles. But with God by my side, I made sure to be as positive as can. Like I said, find joy within the Lord. Joy in the Lord. So find joy in God. Find joy in Him, and understand, you know what, I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm gonna make the best of it. Like, make the best of it. Like, you know, like, make the best of the situation. And it's find highlights of the situation. Like, oh my goodness, like when I was in the hospital, oh, they bought me some ice cream, they bought me this, they bought me that. Don't tell them what it is for you. Like, oh, you know, my favorite show was on. Like, I don't know, maybe you could be able to make your own snack. I don't know what it is, but try to embrace every season of life. When you're going through the heartache, when you're going through the grief, when you're going through the breakup, try to look at the bright side of things. Like, oh, I just broke up with this person, but I'm able to focus on myself now, focus on God now. It's no telling what it is for you, but just try to be as positive as possible and embrace every season. The next tip is external validation will drain you. We don't live to seek people. We live to please God. Or we don't seek people or please people. We seek God and please God only. Like it says in Galatians, I think it is 1:10. Galatians 1:10, I believe. And yeah, we don't live our lives to please the world. We don't. So stop trying to please this person and that person. Stop trying to please your parents. And I know sometimes that can be a little hard, like you want to please your family members, but sometimes if it's draining you, and you know what God is telling you to do, you know you need to take that leap of faith, then you have to make the decision to be like, I can't please everybody. I got to do what's on my heart. I got to do what God is telling me to do. So external validation will completely drain you. We don't please nobody. We don't please nobody at all. Number 20 is mental health is important. Focus on your mental health. Your mental health ain't right, it's like you ain't right. Like in all aspects, your physical health, emotional, spiritual, everything. Focus on your mental health. Focus on, you know, taking mental health days, taking breaks, focusing on yourself. That matters. Like, I keep saying that matters, but everything in this video matters. But at the same time, mental health is very important. For someone who struggles with depression and anxiety, I know what it's like to just sit up there and not want to talk to nobody, not want to go to therapy, not want to do this because you're embarrassed. But at the same time, focus on your mental health. Focus on letting that go. Taking down the barrier and be like, you know, I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to journal. I'm going to focus on taking care of my mental health. I want to focus on the fact and address what I'm dealing with. Don't just let it go by. Don't just let it go by. I'm going to delete social media. Whatever it is for you, whatever you got to do what's best for you for your mental health, because mental health is very, very important and it affects you in so many different ways. Your mental health ain't right, like I said, it's like you ain't right. Like you can't, like you got to be able to function. Our brain is very important. We have to feed it with positivity and work on ourselves and work on our mental health, and like whatever state it is in, we have to work on trying to better it every single day. Number 21 is resting over hustling. Now, I talked about this briefly, but hustle culture, I don't condone that. Because like if you hustle and you keep working your butt off, it's almost like you're consistently taking no breaks. Well, you need a break. It's okay to rest. Like rest. It's okay if you need sleep. It's okay if you need this or that. Like they say the soft life. Like honestly, soft life isn't all about just sitting around not doing anything. Like no, it's about you focusing on you. Like literally being able to focus and be about taking care of you. So self-care, like take care of your health, take care of yourself, and rest and rejuvenate and replenish yourself. Rejuvenate and refresh, reset everything. So resting over hustling. Like don't try to hustle and work yourself to death. You are not a robot. You are not a robot. We are not meant to just sit here and go. Even Jesus, like God, like if we talk about the Sabbath day, a lot of us should focus on trying to take days where we just rest. If someone has a chronic illness, I know I can't just keep going on and on and on. I may try to do it, but I have to tell myself like, girl, you need a break. So rest. Number 22 is inner beauty / character is gold. Your inner beauty and your character and who you are is what matters. It doesn't matter about, you know, how you look. Like you can be the prettiest person on earth, but if your attitude ain't right, it's almost like, you know, really, like you really gotta focus on like the inner beauty of you, the character, who you are you giving, are you loving, are you caring, is your attitude correct, is your attitude on point, like are you positive, are like you just loving, bring life. Everybody is different, everybody has a different personality. Be yourself, of course, and be your authentic self, but do not focus on the exterior, because if your inner isn't right, then the exterior or the interior, I mean the exterior is like, you know, your interior gotta be right. It gotta be right. If your exterior is right, but your interior ain't right, then it's like. Number 23 is knowledge is never ending. Continue to learn. Continue to learn. There's so many books out here. Of course, reading God's word is the main thing, but at the same time, knowledge is never ending. I love to learn. I love to learn. I love psychology. I love it all. So learning is something to just learn. It doesn't have to be psychology. It can be anything, culinary to, I don't know, cosmetology, to it all. Like whatever you want to learn, learn it. A new language. Maybe you want to learn how to cook. Maybe you want to learn how to do this or that. Like learning is something that is very, very important. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is never ending. You can learn anything at any age. So continue to just learn and just continue to just be like so like full of wisdom and light. Like there's so much knowledge in this world. So much. That's what I'm learning. Like I love to learn. Love to learn. Number 24 is you are your first love. You are your first love. Yes. First of all, let's twist that around. Christ loved us first. So when I say you are your first love, yes, Christ is our first love. But when I say you are your first love, I'm trying to say is before you become into a relationship, before you become a wife, before you become all of that, just understand that you got to love yourself first. Love you. Love you. You are important. You are loved in so many different ways. So you gotta love yourself. You gotta get to know yourself. You gotta get to know yourself. So love you. Love you. And the last one that I want to say is you are a gift. You are a gift. You are a gift from God. You are a blessing to this world. You are important. You are loved in so many ways. So I want you guys to understand, like, when it comes to you, everything about you, you got to be like very confident, very uplifted, speak highly of yourself. It's not to be cocky. You should love yourself and know what you have to offer to this world. Like, you important, you worthy, you love, like you everything in a bag of chips. Like, you are. So realize who you are. Know who you are in Christ. Know who you are. So those were the 25 things that I have learned before 25 or at 25. 25 things that I have learned in 25. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. It was a little lengthy one, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe to your girl's channel for more content, some bonfire and lit content. Okay, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.